Thanks, buddy. And welcome everybody to Coshocton High School, the Division II district final game and an epic showdown here in Coshocton. The Meadowbrook Colts, Scooter Tolsda's bunch, 23-3 on the season, 11-2 in ECOL play, facing the Greg Woodard-led John Glenn Little Muskies, 20-6 overall, 12-4 record in the MVL this season. Fans from Byesville, New Concord communities, Tommy Strasser, have been looking forward to this game for several days, really kind of looking even advanced to seeing this matchup.
Yeah, these two teams played very early in the season. Meadowbrook won by 16. Both teams are different personnel-wise in some instances. And I tell you what, it ought to be a heck of a ball game here in a standing room only facility.
It is packed to the house, and we'll get to the meat and potatoes of this game. We'll get you set up. We'll talk players and coaches here from both sides, from John Glenn and Meadowbrook, as this epic showdown for the district final. Winner goes to Athens on Thursday night at 6:15 next week. Tommy Strasser and I will be back with you on ABC Sports in just a moment. All right, 3 minutes here.
ABC Sports presents Meadowbrook versus John Glenn High School Basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Quanex Building Products, Meadowbrook Bingo Boosters, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, B&B Body Shop and Towing, Meadowbrook Boosters, Riesbeck's Food Market, Southeastern Med, RX2 Powerwash, Cambridge Buffalo Wild Wings, and Colgate Palmolive. Tonight's game continues after this.
Dave Davidson, Tommy Strasser, back to Coshocton High School. And partner, we talked about this matchup here for a while. It's been anticipated by both communities for a good while now. They met earlier in the season, second game of the season, I think, for both squads. 66-50 was the score. Meadowbrook an easy win there. Both teams much different than when they started the season.
Yeah, but Double D, that game the score was misleading. John Glenn kept it 8 points or less the majority of that ball game. Then as it got towards the end, Meadowbrook was able to spread it, force them to foul, and hit a lot of free throws down the stretch to win going away.
And the coaching staffs of both of these teams, I mean, you look at the number of years of experience, not only at the head coaching position, but look at the assistant coaches that they have underneath them. You have a couple of centuries worth of experience here on both sides of the benches today.
Meadowbrook may have the most experienced coaching staff in the state when you look at Scooter Tolsta, his assistant Dan Sweeterman, and also Woody Biggs as well. There's a wealth of experience. They've done a very good job with a team coming in that had a lot of expectations. And you look on the other side for Coach Woodard, defending state champions. They lose basically everybody, and they have come back. And here they are in the district finals. No one expected that. TJ Mitchell, PA Paul Warrick, who won a lot of ball games on the bench as an assistant for Gene Ford at Cambridge, and Heath Dotson as well. So both coaching staffs, a lot of credit goes to them and the players. You want your teams to get better as the year goes on, and both squads have done that.
We're going to take a look at the players, get in depth more with the Meadowbrook Colts and the John Glenn Little Muskies here in this Division II district final game. The winner goes to Athens on Thursday. Tommy and I will be back with you from Coshocton High after these words on ABC Sports. Dave Davidson, Tommy Strasser are back to Coshocton High School, Division II district final game between Meadowbrook and John Glenn. John Glenn, the 4 seed in this East District, Tommy. Meadowbrook, the 2 seed. Of course, number 1 Steubenville was knocked off earlier by Buckeye Local, in which John Glenn knocked off Wednesday night. Meadowbrook had maybe a little bit tougher road coming to this point so far. They knocked off number 3 New Philadelphia by 12 points on Wednesday night. Looking at this, the visiting team today, the John Glenn Little Muskies, Justin Haycock has been kind of the man that has really stepped up in the second half of the season on offense. Matthew Stewart's really been kind of the glue that's really banded this group of bench players from a year ago from the state final team to starters this year.
Yeah, and John Glenn, they've gotten better as this tournament trail has continued for them. They knocked off Philo in kind of a sluggish game. Then the game against Maysville, meeting Maysville for the 3rd time, had to actually hit a shot at the buzzer to advance. And then maybe their most complete game of the year, they totally dismantled a Cambridge Bobcat team that was really playing well coming into that game, and then knocked off Buckeye Local, who had shocked, with the biggest upset of the tournament so far, knocked off the number 1 seed Steubenville Big Red.
And looking at the team, really the only players coming back from John Glenn from a year ago, Zach Harper and Justin Haycock, with any kind of real experience. Matthew Minard as well too. So really, those 3 players are the only ones that this staff really had to rebuild this team from scratch. When they lost their first 3 games of the season to start the season, I'm sure nobody thought that they would be at this point here right now.
Yeah, and Coach Woodard, here's a guy in the coaching staff that won the state title last year, and this year may be their best coaching job they've done. I think this team, if there's a squad that's really overachieved as far as the expectations, it's John Glenn, and Haycock averaging 14 points, Stewart 13. It'll be interesting to see, who's going to be the big 3rd scorer, because you're going to have someone maybe step up and have their best game of the season if they're to pull the upset off this afternoon.
We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk about this Meadowbrook Colts roster as the 23-3 Colts and the 20-6 John Glenn Little Muskies battle for the Division II East District title. Tommy and I back with you on ABC Sports after these words. Thanks again to Quentin Stover back in our WILE studio and in our YourRadioPlace.com webcast studio tonight. Adam Green and Jared Jamiel doing the videos here for us this afternoon, too. Thanks, guys. Nice job, as always. We appreciate everybody coming on board. Looking at this Meadowbrook Colts roster here, Tommy, of course, I mean, there has been some changes throughout the season. Certainly, you know, a group of juniors that, you know, blossomed this year, you know, off to a great start. Obviously, with 23 wins at this point of the season, a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah, this senior class for Meadowbrook, they start 4 seniors. They have the best record in school history. They've won 61 games and they've only lost 12. This is their first trip to the districts and trying to get to the regionals for only the 4th time in school history. And you look at this Meadowbrook squad, Double D, offensively, it's balanced. You've got 4 kids that average double figures from 11 points to 13 points being the high. And Connor Roberts, the 5th starter, had double figures in their big win against New Philly. All 5 starters capable of getting you anywhere from 15 to 20 points on a given game. So it's the balance that's John Glenn's going to have to contend with.
And that's the kind of balance that made John Glenn dangerous a year ago with Weir and Rackley and Slack and Blatt and several, you know, any 4 or 5 guys who could hurt you on a given night.
Yeah, and boy, you can just feel the excitement in the gym tonight, a packed house, and we're ready to go, my friends.
It is basketball time here soon. Great crowd on hand. We are jammed to the rafters for both sides. Maroon for John Glenn, of course, and the orange being displayed on the Meadowbrook side. We'll take another timeout here on ABC Sports, and we'll come back with the starting lineups of this afternoon's district final game in Division II here in the East District between John Glenn and Meadowbrook on 97.7 WILE and on the web at YourRadioPlace.com. Thanks again to Quentin Stover at our WILE studio. Adam Green and Jared Jamiel doing the webcast video for us here this afternoon, guys. Thanks a lot. A big one here in Coshocton High School. The winner goes to Athens on Thursday, plays the front end of the doubleheader down there at 6:15. Both teams, both crowds really revved up for this one already.
Yes, and both teams made the trek to Athens last night to scout that game. The winner of this game will play Vinton County, who won by 1 point. And then the second game, kind of an upset. Eastmore Academy knocked off Columbus South, who was the favorite to get to Columbus.
And we'll look at the John Glenn High School Little Muskies starting lineup. They're the visitors today. They're going to be wearing their really a dark charcoal gray with maroon and white numbers and trim. A little bit of a different look from their visiting uniforms here this afternoon. The starting lineup is Casey Smith, 6'2" junior. The other junior is 6'1" Shane Bonner. Justin Haycock, a junior, at 5'11", and the two seniors, Matt Stewart at 6'1" and Zach Harper at 6'3". So again, your 5'4" John Glenn, Matt Stewart, Zach Harper, the seniors, Shane Bonner, Casey Smith, Justin Haycock, three juniors. And the Meadowbrook Colts, of course, here, Tommy, will be the home team today because of the higher seed. Normally it was because they were on the top end of the bracket. That's not the case right now, at least through the district. They are in the home whites here today with the brown and orange trim. Let's take a look at the Meadowbrook Colts starting lineup.
Yeah, and when you look at this Meadowbrook squad, they're going to start this way. A 5'7" senior, Logan Wolverton, 6'4" senior, Parker Black, 6'3" senior, Justin Cork, 6' senior, Connor Roberts, and a 5'10" junior, Trey Singleton. So it'll be Singleton, Roberts, Cork, Black, and Wolverton for the Meadowbrook Colts.
23-3, the Meadowbrook Colts. 20-6 are John Glenn. Looking at the total wins for just the head coaches. I mean, put the assistant coaches aside here, Tommy. Scooter Tolsta is going right now. We're working on like win number 363, I think, something like that. And Greg Woodard, by my count, is going for win number 300 today,
which is just absolutely amazing. And you look at this John Glenn squad, the regionals, it's kind of been, in the road that they've traveled quite a bit over the last 6 years or so, getting there, I believe, at least 5 times.
Meadowbrook Colts starters being introduced right now, as we said, and they're in the home whites today with the orange and brown trim. There's Parker Black, the Division II Eastern District Player of the Year, going through past the scores table of the officials right now as well. So congratulations certainly to Parker. Well-deserved honor.
Oh, absolutely. Player of the Year. But a blast from the past fact of this day, the first game ever played between these two teams was a sectional championship game held at the old Muskingum College gym on March 1st, 1975. The Colts beat the Muskies 60-58 to advance to the districts at St. John's Arena in Steubenville.
A big one there, and an even bigger one here today. John Glenn going with Zach Harper, Parker Black jumping center for Meadowbrook. The tap is won by the Muskies, and Casey Smith will bring it into the forecourt for JG.
And Meadowbrook starts out man-to-man.
Bonner has it on the right perimeter. Stewart, top of the key drive, pump fake, shoots from 14, off the back rim, no good. Zach Harper crashes in for the rebound, but is going to be called for the loose ball foul. And Zach Harper will pick up foul number 1, 18 seconds into the game.
You got to love the energy Harper went to the boards, but he cannot afford foul trouble. Parker Black, nice check out to secure the rebound.
And it looks like maybe some 2-2-1 trapping pressure here by the Muskies out, and Meadowbrook with no problem getting it across there with a half minute gone. In this first quarter, no score. Roberts around to the top of the key. Parker Black had it knocked away by Bonner with the quick hands. A steal. Matt Stewart feeds it ahead. Bonner to the right side of the glass, up and in for the game's first basket. (2-0 John Glenn early on in this first minute of the game. Wolverton with a bounce pass across the timeline for Trey Singleton. Singleton drive at the foul line, kick out. Parker Black 3, short on it, and the rebound tapped by Casey Smith to Haycock. Here's Bonner straight ahead to the left side glass, no good, but a foul.
And while John Glenn able off the turnover to push it and get a layup, and then after the missed 3, they are looking to push the ball and try to get some early and easy baskets against the Colts.
Bonner with the game's first field goal on the tap-away steal and feed from Matthew Stewart a moment ago. Now misses free throw number 1 of this 2-shot foul to try to make it a 3-point game now. Bonner bounces and fires and is short on the second free throw, and the Colts escape there as Parker Black rebounds. Wolverton from the right wing above the 3-point line. Roberts takes a deep water 3 off the rim. There's Parker Black to put up the rebound. Can't get it to go and gets a foul inside on the second attempt by Shane Bonner. That'll be the second team foul on the Muskies. Number 1 on Bonner as Parker Black crashing the boards early.
Yeah, and that's the one thing Parker Black can do. He does whatever this team needs to do, but they're not going to give him free throws. They're going to say it was before the shot.
Here's Singleton driving, left hand, won't go, but a foul. 2 shots coming for Trey Singleton on the Muskies' 3rd foul of this first quarter. And they'll charge this one to Zach Harper, who picks up 2 quick fouls here.
And that is huge for John Glenn, but Trey Singleton, not only can he shoot the 3 as good as anyone, his ability to get in the paint and score at the rim has been phenomenal.
Zach Harper coming out of the lineup now with the 2 personal fouls. And the second free throw toss is good, so a couple of free throws for Trey Singleton. Evens this game up 2-2 with 6:35 left in the quarter. Haycock outside with it to the right side above the 3-point arc. Stewart back to Haycock, taking a high screen from Matthew Meinert, who entered the game. Here's a drive off the glass, too hard for Haycock. Rebound to Parker Black and gets it off to Wolverton. Wolverton across the top, pass for Parker Black into the right corner. Roberts fakes, drives baseline off the glass, too hard, missed an easy one right there. Connor Roberts and Meinert rebounds. Still a 2-2 game. Stewart driving all the way, takes a little bump and throws it in somehow. What a shot by Matt Stewart to make it 4-2 JG.
And both teams are really trying to attack the glass.
Two minutes gone in this first quarter. Logan Wolverton will handle it in the backcourt for Meadowbrook as he brings it across high right side for Roberts. Now swings it back top of the key court. Now to Parker Black. Singleton left side drives to the foul line. Kick out. Black travel. 2 turnovers now on the Meadowbrook Colts here in this first quarter. 5:44 remaining in a 4-2 JG lead.
And this press by John Glenn, very just token pressure, trying to just slow Meadowbrook down and not let them get in an offensive rhythm early.
Matt Meinert with an underhand pass at the 3-point line for Haycock. Swings it back to Casey Smith back on the high right side above the arc. Smith looking, driving, kick out Bonner, and he'll stop at the foul line and deal it back outside to Haycock. 5:20 left first quarter, still a 4-2 game for John Glenn. Haycock drives and takes an offensive foul. They're going to call on Haycock as he got that extended off arm out on the defender, and that'll be the 4th team foul against the Muskies, number 1 on Justin.
Yeah, John Glenn's going to look to push the ball in transition, but when it's 5-on-5, they'll look to milk the time and be very patient offensively.
Singleton drives, slipped at the foul line for a moment, kicks it out. Roberts 3, no, off the rim. Court tried to tap it to a teammate, but it's picked up by Casey Smith, and here's come the Muskies. Smith, pull up 3, no, off the front iron. Loose ball around. Bonner corrals it on the baseline and gets it outside to Haycock, and he'll reset the offense with Matt Stewart. 4-2 John Glenn, still with 4:44 remaining here in the opening quarter. Minert at the perimeter finds Bonner, cutting to the basket, good and one.
And again, at the basket, John Glenn 3 field goals, and every attempt has been at the basket but one.
6-2 game for John Glenn. And the free throw is too hard for Bonner off the back rim. Haycock tapped it outside, and it's corralled by Matt Stewart. And the Muskies get an offensive rebound on the free throw miss. Bonner 0 for 3 at the foul line here to start. Muskies still lead it, though, by 4. Nearly halfway through this first quarter. There's a cutting Bonner, had it intercepted by Logan Wolverton. A turnover for John Glenn. Wolverton lost the dribble on it. Right out of his hands to Casey Smith. He leads a 3-on-2, and Casey Smith called for double dribble, and that's a good call by this officiating crew, as Casey Smith was looking to make maybe a bounce pass to the under the bucket, changed his mind and got caught tapping it.
Yeah, Meadowbrook's going to take a 30-second timeout to kind of settle things down.
You can tell both kids are really amped up right now at both ends of the floor. A lot of tension here in the building.
But you got to love the energy and the intensity and the enthusiasm both teams are playing with, and you would not expect anything less, especially when you have the Nets at stake.
A little bit of a surprise here early on. We expected pretty much, some offense being played in this game. Certainly didn't expect a 30, 40-point game in this one, but Meadowbrook's had their opportunities here. Still stuck on 2 points. Roberts missed one inside early, and there's been a couple of easy, I won't say easy chances, but close chances at the basket.
And John Glenn defensively, they're going to try to keep Meadowbrook out of the paint and kicking out and force them to hit some threes to start. And so far, Meadowbrook's 0 for 2 from three-point land.
And now John Glenn looks like they're going to go to that matchup zone that they've been using. Cork has it on the right side above the three-point arc, onto the baseline corner for Parker Black. And there's a 3 for Justin Cork, right on cue. And Cork has the Meadowbrook Colts' first field goal of the game, 6-5 JG.
And as a head coach, you love to see that, take a timeout, and then out of the timeout, you can hit the 3.
Bonner guarded by Cork on the perimeter. Now to the baseline, Minert. Minert drives. Parker Black right there. Good defense by Parker Black to stay vertical, and Minert gets called for a loose ball foul, trying to take the rebound away from Parker Black. So Minert's foul will be his first, and that'll be team number 5 on John Glenn.
How about Parker Black with 6 rebounds here already, and that is 5 team fouls on John Glenn. And what does Meadowbrook do as a basketball team extremely well? They shoot free throws.
Singleton across for Connor Roberts. Right to left across the three-point arc. Now to Black, now to the elbow. Cork has it. Double team there, stripped away. Bonner with another steal for John Glenn, his second. Pulling up at the left edge of the three-point line, now back out high for Matt Stewart. Stewart getting a high screen from Minert, dribbles around to the left for Haycock. Under 3 minutes to go, first quarter, 6-5, John Glenn by 1. Here's Stewart, again going around a screen, pump fakes, will get it outside. Josh Raley into the lineup now, the sophomore for the first time here in the game. Raley drives, his drive knocked away momentarily, got it back, threw up a shot, off the rim, no good. And Parker Black with another rebound for Meadowbrook. Off to Connor Roberts, and now Wolverton lobs it into the corner. Black a 3 in the corner. No, off the rim. Good seal out by Haycock to secure the rebound. Here they come 4 on 3. Haycock to Raley on the right, toward the right corner. Raley will bring it back out to the top for Bonner. Back to Raley. Quick 3. Bang for Josh Raley. 9-5 Muskies. Their first three-point shot.
Yes, and only their second attempt. Again, John Glenn working inside out.
Singleton got bumped. John Glenn fans wanted to travel on Singleton, but Singleton took some contact first, and he'll get a 2-shot foul. Trey Singleton back to the line for the second time here in the game.
And Coach Woodard is livid. He thought there was a travel before the contact, and Trey Singleton, he's almost as automatic as you can get from the foul line. And he misses. The old announcer jinx, it happens every time.
Well, you did say almost automatic. Missing the front end of the two-shot foul is Trey Singleton. 2:07 to play. And the second one is in and out again.
Singleton, an 81% free throw shooter. Both teams struggling from the line early.
Tough bounce for Singleton on the second one. It remains 9-5 John Glenn with under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter from Coshocton. Haycock dribbles around to the top of the key. Casey Smith back to Haycock, top side. Now Parker Zachrich in the game, the young sophomore with Logan Wolverton on him. Dribbles toward the right corner, keeps his dribble, 5-second count, and a turnover called on John Glenn. Another turnover here, that's number 4 now, each team with 4 turnovers in the period.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook's already in the bonus. They will be shooting free throws the rest of the half, and we still have 1:30 to go in the first quarter.
9-5 game for John Glenn. Meadowbrook has the ball with Parker Black at the top of the key. Wolverton will shoot it around to Singleton for a 3. Bang! Singleton's first field goal of the game. He's got 5 to lead Meadowbrook, and it's a 9-8 game for the Muskies.
Double D, Singleton's as good of a pure shooter as you'll find.
Minert above the three-point line. Casey Smith will bring it to the top of the key. Back to Rayleigh on the left high side. Rayleigh looking outside, now gets it to Parker Zachrich. A younger lineup in there now with Rayleigh and Zachrich. A couple of sophomores in there with a couple of juniors and a senior Minert. Haycock drives, kick out for Zachrich. Casey Smith, top of the key, pump fakes, but Justin Cork was right out there to greet him. Under 44 seconds now in the period. John Glenn may look for the last shot here.
And Meadowbrook starting to extend their man-to-man pressure more on the perimeter.
Smith drives, kicks out again, Rayleigh. Back to Zachrich. Zachrich with Singleton right on him. Zachrich to the bucket and gets hacked on the arm as he went for that right-hand scoop shot. And Parker Zachrich, his first trip to the line here to try and make this perhaps a 2 or 3 point Muskie lead.
And John Glenn 0 for 3 so far from the free throw line.
Make it 0 for 4 is Parker Zachrich. Normally a pretty reliable shooter there as well. Has that one trickle off the front into the rim. 27.2 seconds left. Muskies still with a 1 point advantage right now, 9-8. Parker Zachrich trying to make it 10-8. Couple of changes in the Meadowbrook lineup here, Tommy.
Yeah, Davis Black has checked in to give Justin Cork a breather.
And 1 out of 2 for Parker Zachrich to make it 10-8 John Glenn.
And look for Meadowbrook to look to take the last shot with 20 seconds, plus they will get possession to start the second quarter.
Roberts trying to get a little bit greedy right there, finding Singleton cutting back door for a potential fast break layup. The ball was knocked out of bounds by Casey Smith, and it'll stay with the Meadowbrook Colts. Wolverton will throw it in toward the right corner. Singleton out to Roberts, and now back out high for Parker Black with 14.
Yeah, and Wolverton, the point guard, is going to come up and get it with 10 seconds.
Wolverton dribbles left, underhand pass, Parker Black. Matchup zone here by John Glenn. Cork, or rather Black drives, finds it, Wolverton, left side 3, no, missed everything with that one as the period ends. And the John Glenn Muskies have a 10-8 lead after 1 quarter here at Coshocton. Lots more to come on our ABC Sports stations. Stay with us for this Division II District Final basketball game here at Coshocton. Thanks again for joining us. 10-8 John Glenn here, Tommy, after 1 period.
Yeah, both teams are struggling from the free throw line. A combined 3 of 9. Meadowbrook only 2 of 9 from the floor. They knocked down both threes. John Glenn 4 of 6, but committed 6 fouls so far.
Bonus the rest of the way for the Colts here in this first half. First 15 seconds gone. Wolverton, Singleton, Parker Black, Cork, and Roberts. The starting 5 out there for the orange and white. And Haycock with a tap away from Singleton with the quick hands. Comes the other way. 2-on-2 break. Haycock through the lane and scoops it in. 12-8 Muskies.
And the degree of difficulty on that drive, Parker Black and Cork, it closed out.
4-point lead for John Glenn, matching their largest of the game so far. Roberts out high with it, finding Parker Black. Black finds Singleton all alone in the 3, and the left corner is good. That's the second 3-point shot for Trey Singleton. He has 8 to lead all scores. 12-11 game Muskies. 1 minute gone here in the second period. Casey Smith and Josh Raley will play catch with it over on the left perimeter. Now Haycock hands it over to Smith. Back to Haycock it goes. Wolverton right there in his hip pocket. Back outside, Raley to Matt Stewart. Matt Stewart, Casey Smith, Justin Haycock, Josh Raley, and Matt Minert are the 5 out there for JG. And Stewart double team top of the key, finds a backdoor cutting Minert, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Minert as he caught that ball, took an extra step trying to get to the basket.
Yeah, nice pick and roll plays, but Meadowbrook, their help side defense came over and forced the travel, and that is the 5th turnover for John Glenn, each team with 5.
6.5 to go. First half, a low-scoring affair right now. 12-11, Muskies by 1. Davis Black will find Parker, and his 16-footer is short. Rebound for Josh Raley for John Glenn, and he'll bring it into the forecourt for the Muskies. Haycock over to Stewart, a 3-ball, no. Off the back rim, Wolverton up high for it, but had it knocked away, and it's recovered by Matt Minert of John Glenn, another offensive board. 6 minutes remaining here in the period. 12-11, John Glenn with the ball in the lead. Stewart drives baseline, kicks it out. Smith, Raley now throws it away into the Meadowbrook bench as he was looking to drive and trying to find Matt Minert out there all alone on the perimeter.
And I tell you, both defenses doing a good job trying to keep the teams, when they do get in the paint, they're forcing the kick out.
Wolverton out to Singleton, another 3-ball. Splash again for Trey Singleton. He's got 3 threes in the game and the first lead for Meadowbrook.
And how about the junior in John Glenn better find number 3 as he can flat out shoot the rock.
14-12 Meadowbrook now by a deuce with 5:41 left here in the second quarter. We'll break away for 30 seconds and we'll be back with more on ABC Sports in a moment. Back to Coshocton High School, site of the Division II East District final game. And it's the Colts now, Tommy, with their first lead of the game at 14-12, 5.5 to go in the half.
Yeah, Trey Singleton, 3 threes to give Meadowbrook the lead.
There's Harper back in the lineup. Nice backdoor feed for Casey Smith. And Smith has his first field goal of the game to tie it at 14.
And I like the decision of Coach Woodard to bring Harper back into the game with 2 fouls.
Here's Cork. Cork misses from 16 off the back rim, and Matt Stewart goes toward the baseline to retrieve it for the Muskie rebound. 5:05 left here in the second. Still tied up at 14. Casey Smith, right corner above the arc. Stewart to Bonner, now to Haycock on the left side. Haycock working on Logan Wolverton. Drives to the baseline. Cut off there. Casey Smith swings it around. Stewart 3-ball at the top. That's off the back rim too hard, and Trey Singleton with a rebound for Meadowbrook. Singleton ahead. Davis Black back to Singleton, another 3. That one's in and out. That one looked good. It was about halfway down and kicked out. Haycock with a rebound. Still tied up at 14, 4.5 to go in the half. Up high for Zach Harper, playing with the 2 personal fouls at the top of the key. Harper underhand pass to Haycock. Little weave with Haycock and Stewart. Now to Casey Smith. Back to Stewart toward the left corner. Haycock swings it around to Bonner now. Bonner into the high post for Harper for a moment. Smith will get it back around to the left side. Haycock to the baseline. On the block is Matt Stewart. Man up on Trey Singleton, and Stewart able to shoot it over him for the deuce. And Matt Stewart's second field goal of the game, and the lead is back to John Glenn by 2.
And that was pretty good defense by Singleton. Stewart, give him credit for knocking down the contested shot.
Parker Black over to Davis. Davis drives with the running jump hook, won't go. And the loose ball picked up Casey Smith with the rebound, leading a 3-on-2 for the Muskies. Stewart underhand pass, Haycock 3 in the corner, in and out. Rebound, Logan Wolverton had it for a moment, lost it, dives for it on the sideline and can't get to it. Out of bounds to the Muskies. Great effort by the young Wolverton, who is always all over the place on that court.
Yeah, so Wolverton, great hustle laying out for that loose ball. But John Glenn up 2, 3:34 to go here in the second quarter and possession.
16-14 advantage and a low-scoring first half so far between these two neighboring rivals. Bonner across the top for Stewart. Into the corner, Casey Smith. Haycock touches it back to Smith, gives it into Harper. Zach Harper with a nifty jump hook to give him back a 4-point lead for the Muskies at 18-14.
And Harper can give the Muskies inside scoring.
Wolverton drives, nice kick find for Trey Singleton on the left side as Singleton acknowledges the assist by Wolverton.
Wolverton, nice pass, and that is the first 2-point field goal for Meadowbrook. The rest of them had been threes.
18-16, game with 2:45 left in the half. Muskies up by 2 with the ball. Here's Haycock around a high screen with a 3 ball. That won't go. And Justin Cork with the rebound out near the elbow. Finding Logan Wolverton. 3-on-3 break. Barker Black right down the middle with a finger roll. Tied up at 18.
And Meadowbrook goes from rim to rim as well as anyone in the Eastern District. One of the few transition points they've had.
Matt Stewart drives, took an extra step, traveled with it. Good vertical defense there by the Meadowbrook Colts on the driving Matt Stewart down the key with 2:22 left in the half, still a tie game.
And 7 turnovers for John Glenn here in the first half.
Parker Black across the time stripe for Wolverton. Connor Roberts pump fakes a 3, gives it back. Singleton wide open again. No, off the front of the rim. And the ball tapped around, finally corralled by Casey Smith of John Glenn. Boy, Singleton has had 2 3-point shots that have been wide open for him, unable to connect on his last 2. Here's Stewart driving, takes some contact on his way to the rim, and he'll get a 2-shot foul coming. 1:55 left here in the half, still tied up at 18.
And an impressive thing for John Glenn, remember they had 6 fouls in the first quarter. They still have not committed a foul to put Meadowbrook at the free throw line since.
Matt Stewart's first trip to the line for John Glenn, and the senior knocks in free throw number 1.
And the foul was on Justin Cork. That will be his first, team 4th.
Senior Matt Stewart at the line again, splash again from the foul line. 6 points in the game for Stewart to lead John Glenn, in which all 5 starters have scored in that. And the lead is back to John Glenn by 2, 20-18. Under 2 to play here in the half. Again, looks like matchup zone again.
Yes.
Singleton, Parker Black inside, offensive foul. Parker Black crashing into Matt Meinert, and Parker Black a little confused by the call, but Black called for his second personal foul, and Scooter Tolsdale will not take any chances there. We'll pull him out.
Yeah, Parker Black got 2 fouls early in the semifinals against New Philly, and played the entire game and finished with 2 fouls. So he's capable of doing that. Coach Toast is not going to take any chances here with a minute and a half left.
Davis Black is back in the game for Meadowbrook. Minute 24 to play. Haycock into the corner for Casey Smith. John Glenn in this first half has been very patient out on the perimeter with the basketball. Haycock now with it on the right side into the paint. Meinert across the foul line will give it back up to Rayleigh, and now Stewart will reset things for the JG offense. 1 minute to go in the half. Haycock with Wolverton guarding him man-to-man, finds Casey Smith. Smith the drive and scores with the finger roll. 22-18 John Glenn.
And again, impressed with the Muskies' ability to get to the rim against a Meadowbrook defense that's been playing their best ball.
Wolverton with a sharp bounce pass to Davis Black. Robert sends it over to Singleton right side. Now Cork a baseline jumper. That one's too hard. And the long rebound coming out to Casey Smith and John Glenn with 35 seconds. 4-point lead JG. Josh Rayleigh, baseline drive. Ill-advised pass there. Casey Smith diving for it on the loose ball, and he's going to get the possession and the timeout for John Glenn. What a great effort by the junior Casey Smith to save a possession for JG.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. John Glenn can take the last shot of this first half and plus get the ball to start the third.
27.3 seconds left. And Meadowbrook in this first half, just a brief 2-point lead early on in this second quarter. It's been John Glenn just by about 2 to 4 points here throughout much of the half.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook, a basketball team that shoots the ball extremely well from the field. They're not shooting the ball well, and John Glenn has only allowed Meadowbrook to have 2 offensive rebounds. So when Meadowbrook hasn't been able to knock down the 3, John Glenn's making them one and done.
Singleton has single-handedly really put Meadowbrook in this game here. He has 13 of their 18 points in the contest, and John Glenn's point distribution spread out amongst their 5 starters. And also a point free throw off the bench for Parker Zachridge. 22-18 down to the final 20 seconds. Muskies will hold it for the last shot and try to make this a 6 or maybe a 7-point game.
And Meadowbrook still has a foul to give.
Smith over to Stewart. 10 seconds, top side for Josh Raley. Underhand pass out between the circles, Justin Haycock. 5 seconds. Left sideline for Casey Smith. Back to Haycock. Drives, pumps up a 17-footer. Good defense in that final 20 seconds by the Meadowbrook Colt D. And we have come to the end of the first half. Both fans, both sides up on their feet, cheering on their teams. At the end of the first 16 minutes, it's John Glenn 22 and Meadowbrook 18. Tommy and I back for the halftime statistics of this one when we return on WILE Sports and on the web at yourradioplace.com in just a moment. Okay, let's do...
ABC Sports presents Meadowbrook versus John Glenn High School Basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Quanex Building Products, Meadowbrook Bingo Boosters, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, B&B Body Shop and Towing, Meadowbrook Boosters, Riesbeck's Food Market, Southeastern Med, RX2 Powerwash, Cambridge Buffalo Wild Wings, and Colgate Palmolive. Tonight's game continues after this.
Tommy Strasser, Dave Davidson back to Coshocton High School. Thanks a lot, Quentin Stover. Also, Adam Green and Jared Jamiel taking care of us on the video webcast tonight. Guys, nice job as always. 22-18, John Glenn with the 4-point advantage here at halftime. Meadowbrook with just a very brief 2-point lead momentarily. And for the most part, it's been John Glenn just staying about a half step ahead of the orange and white.
Yeah, John Glenn executing their game plan really to perfection. That when they have opportunities to run, especially off turnovers or long rebounds, they're doing that. And then when it's in the half-court game, they are spreading the Meadowbrook defense out and looking to attack and get the ball at the basket, and they've done that pretty good. And Double D, if you look at the first half stats, Meadowbrook only 6 of 19 from the floor. Now, what has really helped Meadowbrook is they have knocked down 4 threes, 3 of them by Trey Singleton. For the Muskies, 9 of 16 from the floor. They're shooting over 50%, and the majority of those are at the rim. And the Muskies have knocked down 1 3-pointer. Rebounding, John Glenn with a 13-10 advantage. Parker Black leads Meadowbrook with 7 rebounds. Smith has 6 for the Muskies. Free throw line, Meadowbrook 2 of 4. The Muskies 3 of 7. And Meadowbrook unable to take advantage of getting John Glenn with 6 fouls in the first quarter. And credit to Muskies, they played the last 10 and a half minutes of the first half without fouling, and that was huge. And in turnovers, John Glenn with 7, Meadowbrook with 6.
We want to thank all of our webcast listeners tonight also all over the place. I know Kelly Nelson listening down in Florida as usual. Also Rhonda Haynes, of course, Matt Haynes' wife, listening to us this afternoon as well. We will have our Wally's Pizza and Subs Muskie Player of the Game at the conclusion in our post-game report here tonight. So thanks again to Matt and Rhonda and all the gang at Wally's for sponsoring that. Also want to mention, too, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Don McKendry, former John Glenn High School principal who just passed away, I believe, yesterday. Son Craig, daughter Julie, and, of course, Don's wife. Our heart pours out to him. And I know it's been a rough couple of weeks and maybe a couple of months for that family too. So our thoughts and prayers with the family of Don McKendry, who just passed away from the Muskie family and certainly will be greatly missed. We'll return with more on ABC Sports here at halftime, 22-18 John Glenn. Dave Davidson, Tommy Strasser. Our thanks again to Quentin Stover in the studio, Adam Green and Jared Jamiel on the videos for us here this afternoon. Our thanks to Tim Fortney and the crew all here at Coshocton. 22-18, John Glenn by 4 here, Tommy. As we said earlier, a wealth of experience amongst the players, the coaches too. Scooter Tolles, I think, going after win 386 here today. Greg Woodard going after win number 300 in their head coaching careers. Right now, one of those two men are 16 minutes away from a district championship here in Division II.
Yeah, and I tell you what, very impressed with the confidence that John Glenn played that first half with. And we'll see how that carries over to the second half. If you're Meadowbrook and you're looking for a positive, you've shot 31% from the floor in the first half, and you're only down 4.
A defensive battle. Starting 5 out there for both squads. Here to start period number 3.
And Meadowbrook's going to come with their house 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Harper lost the ball in trying to shove it to Justin Haycock on the baseline, but knocked away from Harper, and last touch by the Muskies. Turnover to start the third.
And good adjustment there by Coach Tolles. They did not play that in the first half.
Here's Parker Black driving, takes a hit on the head, and goes to the line for 2 shots coming.
And that's one of the few times Meadowbrook's been able to get to the rim, as they're going to call the foul, I believe, on Matthew Stewart. That will be his first.
Team's first of the second half. Parker Black at the line for the first time here this evening, and he will knock down free throw number 1 for his third point. 22-19, John Glenn by 3, and now make it 2 as Parker Black knocks down a pair. 2-point game, Muskies with the ball, early third quarter. Haycock and Stewart and Smith in the back court. Now Smith will bring it across. Double team, stripped away by Wolverton as Stewart got caught napping with that ball down low, and Logan Wolverton, the thief in the night, almost had another one.
Yeah, and anytime you have the basketball, you have to keep it up because Logan Wolverton will pick your pocket in a heartbeat. Great defender.
Stewart and Smith from the left side, now to Haycock on the right side. Stewart out at the very top of the key of that. And the lazy pass by Smith, intercepted Trey Singleton, read it, and a hack foul by Stewart to prevent the breakaway layup by Trey Singleton. And Stewart called for foul number 2, a smart foul that time by the Muskie senior.
And again, this 1-2-2 half-court trap has really kind of stymied John Glenn. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers here to start the third.
And Singleton missing his 3rd consecutive free throw here in this game, just 2 for 5 now.
Yes, and very uncharacteristic of this kid. Such a pure shooter, and that one's nothing but nylon.
So a 22-21 game. John Glenn clinging to a 1-point advantage with 7:10 to play here in the third. Haycock in the backcourt with it. Avoids the double team trap to Stewart ahead of the timeline. Bonner drives inside, takes some body contact by Justin Cork. No, Parker Black.
No, it's Cork. You were correct, my friend.
Are they going to get Cork? I think they're going to get Parker Black.
Wow, I thought. You're right. They called it on Black, and that's his 3rd, and that is a huge foul. And again, John Glenn, they continue to struggle from the free throw line.
And make that Shane Bonner's 4th miss in 4 tries at the charity stripe. Parker Black sits out with the 3 personal fouls. Davis Black returns. And the free throw finally falls down for Shane Bonner. Now 1 out of 5 at the line for 5 points. 2-point game, Muskies up with a minute gone here in the third.
John Glenn gets the free throw, but if you're Coach Woodard, you'd take an empty possession there to get a 3rd foul on Parker Black.
Here's a 3 in the corner. Connor Roberts nails a 3 and puts the Colts into the lead for only the 2nd time in the game, 24-23.
And like we said, Meadowbrook's ability to shoot the ball, they can heat up at any time.
Casey Smith out top with it. We'll give it up to Justin Haycock. Haycock facing the Colts man-to-man defense with 6.5 to play here in this third quarter. Division II East District Championship. Winner goes to Athens. And on the first game of the doubleheader on Thursday evening. Harper with another hand pass for Haycock. Haycock drives, slipped, and traveled with it. Tried to keep his dribble, and I'm not Not sure that was, but Haycock called for the turnover, and that'll be 3 turnovers now for the Muskies here in the period.
Yeah, Meadowbrook catches a break there. Haycock turns the corner, and he's going to have a layup on the left side if he doesn't slip and turn it over.
Colts now for the first time working on a possession with the lead. 24-23 with 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Parker Black is back in. Backing in Harper, feeds it over to a 3-point ball for Logan Wolverton. Timeout, John Glenn.
Oh, and Colt Nation are on their feet and making noise. The first run of the game is by Meadowbrook.
27-23 with the timeout, 5:56 remaining. We'll keep it here at Coshocton High School. And now Meadowbrook starting to, it looks like, loosen up a little bit. It looked like they were playing on the offensive end at least a little bit tight at times, and now I think they've kind of got themselves warmed up here in this game.
Well, I tell you what, the only difference is Meadowbrook here in the third quarter, they have forced 3 turnovers in 4 possessions for John Glenn. And the thing is Meadowbrook, they've attempted 2 3-pointers, and they've knocked them both down. Meadowbrook shot a lot of open threes in the first half. They just didn't knock them down.
Singleton has had the most attempts, and really, surprisingly enough, he's had actually the most open looks up until this third quarter. And now, as we said, a couple of other Meadowbrook Colts now need to come to life here, and so far it's Wolverton and Roberts right now.
Yeah, Meadowbrook was 4 of 12 in the first half from three-point land. They're 2 of 2 here in the second.
Haycock will throw it in bounds in the backcourt after the JG timeout. Meadowbrook with its largest lead of the day, 27-23 with under 6 to go here in the third quarter. Here's Harper, stops, pump fakes, short on that shot. Connor Roberts rebounds for Meadowbrook, and here they come. Wolverton racing up the right sideline, going around Bonner, going to the paint, and crashes into a Muskie, and it's an offensive foul. Logan Wolverton with the charge, picks up foul number 1, number 2 against the Colts here in the half.
Yeah, still a 4-point game, but I tell you what, 5:36 to go in the third. This is a critical moment for John Glenn. It sounds crazy, only down 4, but they do not want to afford Meadowbrook to open up a double-digit lead.
5.5 to go here in the third. Lob pass over the top, out near the half-court line for Matt Stewart. Trey Singleton guarding him man-to-man. Now out to Haycock, who has Wolverton. Matt Meinert back in the game now for John Glenn. Giving it back up to Stewart. Stewart with the dribble around across the top of the key. Shane Bonner now left side for Haycock. Drives baseline, inside, and took an extra step with it, trying to get that finger roll up in front of the rim. And another turnover here in this third quarter for the Muskies.
Yeah, and that is 4 turnovers here in the third, 11 for the game. We've played nearly 3 minutes here in the third quarter, and the Muskies have only gotten 1 shot from the field.
5 minutes to play. Logan Wolverton will handle it in the backcourt as those 2 very good guards, Haycock and Wolverton, go head-to-head. Connor Roberts giving it back to Wolverton. Wolverton will reset the Colts offense as he holds up 2 fingers and now sends it back toward the right sideline for Parker Black. Very spirited student sections from both the Colts and the Muskies sides. 4:35. Singleton working it around to the corner, gets it back, and now to Parker Black on the foul line. He spins, draws a double, finds Cork, shoots inside off the glass, no good. Offensive foul, Justin Cork.
And that will be Meadowbrook's second turnover here in the third, and both of them have been from offensive charges. And they'll get Parker Black out of there for a quick breather. Remember, he's got 3 fouls. Davis Black on top of this 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Casey Smith at the foul line finds Haycock for a 3. That one's short. Rebound. Justin Court goes high in the air to get it and takes a hack from behind. I think Shane Bonner got a piece of him on that rebound. 4:16 to play here in the third. That's foul number 3 on Shane Bonner here for the Muskies. So 3 on Parker Black, 3 on Shane Bonner.
Yeah, and Coach Woodard right now, he's going to roll the dice and keep Bonner on the floor with 3 fouls.
4:10 to go here in the third quarter. Still a 4-point lead for Meadowbrook. 27-23. There's a beautiful drive baseline for Parker Black with the finger roll.
And Meadowbrook 3 of 3 here in the third quarter from the floor.
Out high. Stewart a 3 to answer. Yes! for Matt Stewart.
Wow, what a big shot there from Stewart. Not only cashing in on the three, but an in-one opportunity on the foul for a 4-point play.
Connor Roberts trying to jump out on him, picks up foul number 2. And Matthew Stewart will go to the foul line for the second time in the game after hitting that 3-point shot, trying to make it 10 points for him, and he does. Matthew Stewart, the leader for John Glenn with 10, 29-27. Colts narrow margin is 2 now.
And John Glenn needed that from Stewart because all the momentum was starting to go to Meadowbrook.
Roberts to Wolverton, around to the left side of the 3-point arc, Justin Court. Again, looks like a matchup, 2-3 zone, man-to-man zone here by John Glenn. Roberts pump fakes at the arc, finds Justin Court, knocked away there. Rayleigh got a hand on it. Here's Haycock racing down the floor. Wolverton knocks it off of Haycock, out of bounds.
Oh, what a defensive play by the senior Wolverton. That was one-on-one, Haycock to the rim, the strip, and the ball went off Haycock's knee.
Great defensive play by Wolverton with the very fast, quick hands. Keeps it a 2-point game for Meadowbrook. Here's a drive and a whistle before the shot by Cork. And Jim Pratty says we're going to go to the baseline. That'll be a foul on Matthew Meinert. And that'll be Meinert's second foul of the game for John Glenn. Each team now with 4 team fouls in this second half. 3:14 to play in the third period. Colts with the ball in a 2-point lead. Parker Black above the 3-point arc. Sends it up high between the circles. Logan Wolverton. Wolverton out for Singleton. Right side. Lob pass back to the top. Wolverton finds Court. Foul line shot. Spins in and out. Looked good but didn't fall for him. Casey Smith with a rebound. Matthew Stewart will bring it across the timeline left for John Glenn. Down by 2 with 2:45 left here in the third quarter at Coshocton High School.
Double D Casey Smith has been big on the boards for the Muskies.
Yes, he has. Stewart, pull up, 16, no, won't go. Haycock bats it to himself, picks up the rebound, and trying to strip it away was Meadowbrook, but Haycock powers his way inside and draws a 2-shot foul on the putback.
And that may be the foul on Cork, and if it is, that's his third. Wow.
So a couple of Colts, Cork and Parker Black with 3 fouls. Shane Bonner with 3 fouls the other way for John Glenn, as Justin Haycock makes his first trip to the foul line profitable as he hits his first free throw, in a 3-point game right now for Haycock. A chance to tie it here with 2.5 to go.
Bonner with 3 fouls for the Muskies. Black and Cork with 3 for the Colts, and we are tied at 29.
29 all, and a defensive struggle here in this one, especially in this third quarter. 2:22 to play. Deep water 3 for Singleton, won't go. And high on the rebound is Justin Haycock for John Glenn. Haycock across the timeline with Wolverton right there on him. Casey Smith, right side line pass for Haycock to the corner, back to Stewart. Stewart pump fakes, drives inside around Black and scores with the left hand, Matt Stewart.
And Black could not really contest that shot as much as he wanted because he has 3 fouls.
31-29, Muskies back on top by 2. Under 2 minutes to play, third quarter.
And now Muskie Nation is getting loud.
Connor Roberts back up high for Logan Wolverton. This game, certainly intensity-wise, everything we thought it would be. Here's a nice feed, Parker Black finding Easton Black into the game for the first time, and Easton gets the first field goal and the first bench points today for Meadowbrook. Tied up at 31.
Nice high-low pass. Court caught it at the elbow. Easton Black playing the short corner half spot, dove to the basket and got the layup.
Matt Stewart going around a Matt Meinert screen with the 3-point arc in the left corner. Casey Smith drives, bounce pass is out of bounds. It'll go to the Colts. Another turnover for John Glenn.
6 in the third quarter, 13 for the game.
Still tied at 31, 1:13 to play, third quarter. Parker Black will get a breather here probably for the remainder of the third quarter. Davis Black returns. Easton Black is in there with Connor Roberts, Wolverton, and Singleton.
And John Glenn's going to extend their defense here nearing the minute mark.
Singleton on the baseline trap for a moment. Sends it across the baseline. A 3 for Davis Black.
Wow, what a big-time shot. to give Meadowbrook a 3-point lead.
That's the 7th three-point shot for the Colts today, and it has been huge for them. That has kept them alive in this game. Living by the 3 and a 3-point lead now. Bonner out at the high elbow on the left side will pump fake, give it back to Haycock. Right side for Casey Smith. Back it goes Zach Harper back in the game now for Coach Greg Woodard. Josh Raley also out there. The sophomore gets a little extra hand check by Easton Black, and he'll pick up his first foul. That'll be the 6th foul against the Colts here in the second half.
Yeah, and that will put the Muskies in the 1-1 for the rest of the game, down 3 with 27 seconds to go in the third.
Haycock will throw it in from the sideline near midcourt and give it to Matt Stewart. 26 seconds and counting, third quarter. 3-point advantage for the Colts after that Easton Black 3-point shot a moment ago. On the sideline is Stewart, gives it to Harper. Harper will underhand pass it to Haycock. 11 seconds. Haycock out high, left side above the 3-point arc is Josh Raley. Raley drives, slipped for a moment, had it batted away by Roberts. Roberts looks at the clock, sets a steal, and he'll be taken out on the breakaway drive by Matt Stewart, as Roberts and Stewart both sliding their way all the way down the court to try to get that loose ball.
And you could see on the loose ball, you could see Roberts look up at the clock and see he had time to attack the basket. And now 0.8 of a second, Parker Black and Cork will come in, look for a lob at the basket.
Shane Bonner checks out for the moment. Cannot see who's throwing it in for Meadowbrook.
Should be Wolverton.
He is looking out high, lobs it in the paint, tapped away by Matt Stewart, and that'll bring us to the end of the quarter. So the Colts have recaptured the lead after this third period of play, 34-31 over John Glenn. An exciting fourth quarter of action upcoming on our ABC Sports here in this Division II district final game at Coshocton High School. Come back with us here in just a moment.
Welcome back to Coshocton. Start of the fourth quarter. Meadowbrook leading John Glenn 34-31. Parker Black, Justin Cork for Meadowbrook with 3 fouls apiece. Bonner and now Matthew Stewart with 3 fouls for John Glenn. And that is huge, and Meadowbrook will have possession up 3.
Boy, what a back and forth, topsy-turvy, lead-changing 3 quarters that we've had. It's been every bit that we've expected it to be.
And these first 4 minutes are big for John Glenn. If Meadowbrook can get a 5-6 point lead at the 4-minute mark, they can spread the floor and make you put them at the line.
Which is what they did in the first meeting. Cork has it, alone for 3, bang!
Wow, what a big-time shot by the senior.
Justin Cork nails his second 3-point shot of the night, and it's 37-31, biggest lead for Meadowbrook. 7:35 here to go in the fourth quarter. Casey Smith alone in the backcourt, a trap for a moment, but finding Shane Bonner, Stewart, and Bonner has an easy layup under the hoop for his third field goal, 7 points.
And John Glenn will continue to attack the basket because Cork and Black have 3 fouls. They have to ease up some and can't contest like they would like to.
Cork sends it around to Wolverton. Roberts now back to Wolverton, back to Parker Black. He pump fakes, drives right baseline, kicks it over. Singleton, a 3 in the corner. That one bounces off the rim, won't go. Rebound is tapped by Cork, and he taps it to Parker Black for the putback.
Oh, and what a play by Cork for the offensive rebound to Black, and again, it's a 6-point Meadowbrook lead.
Offensive rebound and assist all in the same shot. Justin Cork with a great play there to make it a 6-point game. 6:40 to play, fourth quarter. Casey Smith with the dribble around the top of the key. Bonner sends it around the high right side for Stewart. Back to Smith. Smith's bounce pass nearly intercepted by Black. Here's Haycock, a 3 to answer. Justin Haycock makes it a 3-point game.
And that's a money shot by Haycock. Wolverton closed out on the 3, got a hand up, and now it's a 3-point Meadowbrook lead.
Singleton drives, cut off there by Stewart. Outside to Parker Black, now back out high near half court for Wolverton. Singleton, left perimeter drive, scoops with him between two defenders and scores. What a shot by Singleton.
And again, the kid has an uncanny ability to get to the rim and finish.
16 points for Trey Singleton to lead all scorers. There's Harper from the baseline, won't go. Ball out of bounds, last touch by the Colts. 41-36, Meadowbrook by 5 with a few ticks under 6 minutes to play in this fourth quarter.
And I believe that was Bonner who keeps this possession alive for the Muskies.
Inbound it goes to Casey Smith, now outside to Matt Stewart. Stewart will direct some traffic, feed it left side high, perimeter for Haycock. Harper back to Stewart now. Stewart out near half court, throws it toward the right sideline for Smith, now Bonner, back to Harper up top. Haycock works the left perimeter, drives inside, took a hit, and is going to get 2 shots, Justin Haycock. 17 foul on the Colts.
Yeah, and John Glenn, after struggling the majority of the game from the line, they have hit their last 4.
Haycock's second trip to the line today. He has 7 points and is now 3 out of 3 at the foul line with his 8th point. And trying to make this a one-possession game again with 5:28 to go in this fourth quarter. 41-37 Colts and now 41-38.
Roy, he looks like an 80% free throw shooter on those two. Nothing but nylon.
Parker Black will bring it into the forecourt for Meadowbrook with a 3-point lead. 5:20 to go here in this district Division II East District Championship. Black out top with it for Connor Roberts. Into the corner, Wolverton for 3. That one's off the back rim, won't go for him. Offensive rebound, Parker Black gets pinballed around and will go to the line for 2.
And I tell you what, offensive rebounds, they've been at a premium today, and that was a big one by Black. Bonner securing the offensive rebound on the last possession for John Glenn led to 2 points. Now Parker Black gets an offensive rebound, and he can cash the 2 points here for Meadowbrook.
Zach Harper, who picked up 2 quick fouls in about a minute and a half in this first quarter, now just picks up his 3rd personal foul. That free throw short for Parker Black as he misses his first from the charity stripe today.
Yeah, 41-38, Meadowbrook with the lead. John Glenn hanging around.
That bounces twice and falls off the right side, no good, so Parker Black misses a pair. Matt Stewart rebounds for John Glenn with 5 minutes to play. Smith out high for Stewart. Stewart guarded by Trey Singleton. High elbow pass for Bonner, back out high, left side Haycock. Haycock swings it around right, Smith now to Stewart. Back to the left side, Bonner looking, backdoor cut for Matt Stewart, and John Glenn may have got a break right there as it looked like the ball was off of Matt Stewart's hands. Trey Singleton.
They're going to change it. They're going to change it. And Coach Woodard's not happy about this.
Correct call.
But it is the correct call from our advantage point.
We had a pretty good look at it from the bird's nest up here. Looked like it went off Singleton and Stewart. I think the officials got it right here. Come the Colts. Parker Black drives. Left side won't go off the glass. Casey Smith with another rebound for John Glenn. And boy, has he been big on the boards, just as Parker Black has been for Meadowbrook. Smith will swing it around the high perimeter for Bonner. Into the corner is Smith again. Smith with that left-hand dribble out high between the circles. Haycock now to Harper on the right sideline, bouncing into the post. Stewart trying to work on Singleton, a smaller defender, and throws it away.
Yeah, and I think Coach Woodard wanted Stewart on the block to go ahead and take that strong to the basket. He had a man open in the corner who was just wide with the pass. Timeout, Meadowbrook.
So with 4:08 to play in this fourth quarter, we'll take timeout. 41-38, Colts leading the Muskies by 3 as our ABC Sports coverage of this Division II East District Championship game continues after this. Thanks again to Quentin Stover back in our WILE studio. Dave Davidson, Tommy Strasser, along with Adam Green and Jared Jamio here running the videos and the camera here for us. Nice job, Jared, on the center court cam. And Adam working the controls back here up in the bird's nest with us. Super job, fellas. 41-38, Meadowbrook by a slim 3-point lead. As this, you can feel the tension mounting here between the fans, players, and coaches.
Yes, and John Glenn had 2 possessions, down 3, unable to tie or cut it to 1. So we'll see if Meadowbrook can cash in here under 4 minutes with a 1-possession lead.
Parker Black is out there with Wolverton, Roberts, Singleton, and Court. Starting 5 out there for the Meadowbrook Colts. And there's a jump shot by Justin Cork as he calmly nails that one from the left perimeter.
Yeah, and that was just a square in face. Casey Smith, pretty good defensive position. Cork knocks down the contested jumper.
Bonner on the left side with the Muskies down 5. 43-38, still plenty of time. 3:25 to go here in this district championship game from Coshocton. Haycock driving inside, forcing up a shot over 2 Colt defenders. What a tough shot as it goes.
Are you serious? The degree of difficulty in that shot.
Wolverton drives, knocked away momentarily by Stewart. Parker Black saved it. Cork with the shot inside, won't go, but a foul. That was great effort there by Parker Black on the baseline to save what could have been a turnover, and then in the same motion, finding a cutting Justin Cork to the basket.
Yeah, and Wolverton able to get in amongst the trees. Credit to senior. He didn't force up a tough shot, was able to get the ball to a teammate, and that's the 4th foul on Stewart as Cork hits the free throw.
First trip to the foul line today for Justin Cork. He now has 9 points in the game, 44-40, Meadowbrook by 4, 3:08 to go. And that's a big 4th foul on Matthew Stewart, who is really kind of the field general out there for this Muskie basketball team. And Cork will nail both of his free throw attempts to make it a 5-point game again.
And for John Glenn to come in and try to pull off the upset, they had to keep the game a low-scoring affair, and they've done that.
Nice backdoor feed. Harper finding a cutting Justin Haycock to the left side, glass and good.
And now I think John Glenn's going to change their defense. They're going to go man. 3-point Meadowbrook lead.
Muskie fans trying to charge up their side, standing and making some noise with 2:40 to go here in the game, down by 3. Parker Black toward the right corner. With the dribble out high, hands it off to Justin Cork.
And see, all 5 players on the floor for Meadowbrook can come out and put the ball on the bounce.
Here's an inlet pass to Trey Singleton. He was doubled and triple teamed and was held by a couple of Muskies on that cut to the basket, either Casey Smith or Zach Harper. And let's see who they get. Well, they get Shane Bonner. They get the 3rd one. So Bonner and Matthew Stewart now with 4 personal fouls for the Muskies. 2:24 remaining. Bonus time for Singleton. First free throw, swish. Trey Singleton, after struggling, hitting first 2, missing 3, and now making 2 more.
Yeah, but if you're Meadowbrook, that's the guy you want on the line as he knocks down the pair. Timeout, Meadowbrook.
30-second timeout taken by Scooter Tolsda and the Colts with 2:24 remaining. We'll keep it here on WILE and on the web at yourradioplace.com. Boy, what an electric atmosphere this has been, and the game billing every bit as to what we thought it would be.
And Dave, we talked about how critical those first 4 minutes were of the 4th quarter, but it's the thing that makes this Meadowbrook team so special. To use a baseball analogy, all you want your starting pitcher to do is get a lead heading into the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. Meadowbrook can shorten the game because when they have the lead, they can spread the floor. All 5 players can put the ball on the floor. They can handle the basketball. They're good passers. And this is a team that shoots in the mid to upper 70s from the free throw line. So they're almost impossible to come back on.
5-point game for Meadowbrook as John Glenn's Matt Stewart brings it across the timeline. Harper, top of the key with 2:12. Bonner had it knocked away but was fouled from behind. And I think Logan Wolverton will be the guilty party. And that'll put Shane Bonner at the foul line, which may not be all that bad for Meadowbrook. Bonner has struggled there, just 1 for 5.
But Bonner's last free throw that he did make has started a run of 6 free throws made in a row for the Muskies.
Front end of the 1-and-1, a big one for Shane Bonner, and he nails it. Bonner makes it 47-43, Meadowbrook by 4. This a big one here to keep it back to a one-possession game.
Absolutely, and Bonner hitting some big-time free throws as he knocks another one down.
3 out of 7 at the line now is Bonner after missing his first 4. 47-44, Meadowbrook by a 3-point margin, 2:05 to go. Parker Black across the timeline will pull it out near half court, and he and Justin Cork will play catch with it. Zach Harper has to come out a little tighter on Parker Black near the half-court line. Parker dribbles around him. He'll get grabbed on his way to the bucket by Casey Smith.
And see, Meadowbrook, they'll put Parker Black up on the top, and if you've got a big man guarding him, that's an automatic take to the basket, and Black will go to the free throw for a huge 2 with 1:50 left.
First foul against Casey Smith. 9 fouls on John Glenn, 8 of them on Meadowbrook. Both teams in the bonus. Here's the front end of the 2-shot foul for Parker Black, and it's off the back iron, no good.
So this is a big one. It'll make it either a 2-possession game or a 1.
Parker Black's missed his last 3 free throws. That one is a swish, though, as he nails an important one. That makes it a 2-possession game now, 48-44. 1:45 to go. Stewart underhand pass sideline for Smith. Over to the left side, Bonner. Bonner above the 3-point arc, keeps his dribble, sends it out high, Justin Haycock. Haycock trying to work on Wolverton, minute 35 to go. Underhand to Stewart. Casey Smith, left side for Bonner, looking into the post, nothing there. Smith gets a screen, 3 ball, in and out at the top of the key. Rebound, Parker Black for Meadowbrook.
Wow, that 3 went down, got a drink of water, and came right back out.
Yes, it did, and a great rebound by Parker Black, the East District's Division II Player of the Year, as he gets fouled coming into the forecourt by John Glenn. That'll be an automatic 2-shot foul now the rest of the way for the Colts, as perhaps Meadowbrook can breathe a little bit easier now with 1:18 to go. Timeout taken by Greg Woodard and the Muskies.
Yeah, 48-44, and we were looking at a 1-point game right there. Smith, when he released and it initially got to the rim, that baby looked like it was going down, and then it spun out, and credit Parker Black getting yet another big rebound, and he is close to double-digit rebounds for the Colts.
Right now, the leader scoring-wise, Trey Singleton for Meadowbrook with 18. Justin Cork with 10. Parker Black right now with 9, depending on what he does at the free throw line on his next 2 free throws. On the John Glenn side of things, been very balanced throughout there. Justin Haycock with 13 points in the game after scoring only 2 in the first half. And Matthew Stewart, the senior, with 12.
And hey, credit the outstanding crowd from both schools and both communities. They had to wait a long time outside in the cold before they could get in. A standing room capacity crowd here in Coshocton.
We've got both lower and upper level seating filled to capacity. We've got the end zone on the far side across from us, and people standing along the railing all game long as Parker Black calmly nails free throw number 1. He is now 4 out of 7 on the day and has his 10th point.
Yes.
Free throw again, swish again, ice in his veins for Parker Black. 6-point lead, Colts, 50-44 with 1:18.
And it's about big-time players making big-time free throws with the game on the line.
Matt Stewart around a double team to Haycock. Haycock penetrates. He's going to get rode toward the baseline by Logan Wolverton, who is going to commit a foul. I'm not sure that's what Scooter Tolsda wanted from his senior guard, but Wolverton will pick up the foul, number 2. And that will send, more importantly for John Glenn, clock stop with 1:07 and a chance to pick up 2 more points with the clock stop.
Yeah, and as crazy as that sounds, though, Haycock was driving to kick it into the corner for Casey Smith, who would have had a wide open 3. So you're guaranteed having the ball with 2-possession lead, and misses the free throw, and Parker Black with the rebound.
Front end of the 1-on-1 missed by Haycock, his first miss of the day, and it was at the absolute worst time. Parker Black gets double teamed and will get grabbed by Parker Zachrich and Zach Harper. They're going to get Zachrich with the foul, his first. And Meadowbrook starting to smell the sweet sense of victory, perhaps.
Yeah, here's a team that shoots nearly 77% as a team from the free throw line. And if Meadowbrook can get the lead with the 4-minute mark, it's like bringing in Mariano Rivera.
Free throw good for Parker Black. 55.9 seconds remaining. A 7-point lead now for the Colts. 51-44. Shane Bonner returns on the block. Zach Harper, Matt Stewart, Casey Smith, Justin Haycock, the 5 out there for John Glenn. 5 starters out there for the Colts. And Parker Black has now nailed his last 5 free throws to try to ice this one, 52-44. Still 53 seconds left. Stewart across the timeline. Looking, finding Casey Smith on the right side, out to Harper. Meadowbrook right out on him at the perimeter. Casey Smith, his 3-point shot is well short. Rebound Logan Wolverton. Wolverton gets pulled down by Justin Haycock from behind on the attempted steal. And Wolverton will go to the foul line, and Meadowbrook fans up on their feet with 39 seconds left.
Yeah, and the Parker Black waving his arms up, getting the crowd even louder. And I tell you what, this Muskie team came in, put up one heck of a fight, played well enough to win this ball game. But again, Meadowbrook, fourth quarter, made just enough plays to hold them off as Wolverton knocks down another free throw.
53-44, a chance to make it a double-digit lead for the Colts. Senior Logan Wolverton at the line for his second attempt.
And Dave, if this one goes in, it will be 11 out of 12, and it does to close out this game.
Clutch free throw shooting by the Colts here in this second half. Here's Stewart, pump fake, shoots a three over the double team, and it makes it somehow as he took a little contact and knocked over Trey Singleton for a moment, but gets the 3 to go, 54-47, a timeout for Greg Woodard and the Muskies.
Are you serious? An unbelievable 3 to keep John Glenn's faint hopes now alive at 54-47. And mind you, when Wolverton's free throws gave Meadowbrook their biggest lead of the game at 10. This has been basically, if you're just tuning in, a 1 to 2 possession game the entire afternoon.
Clutch free throw shooting here by Parker Black. Trey Singleton and Logan Wolverton have helped put this on ice. A couple of Justin Court free throws thrown in there too. And again, just another very steady, confident effort here in this fourth quarter, especially for Meadowbrook. But John Glenn, after a season in which they started with 3 straight losses to open the year, many thought that they wouldn't even be at this spot.
And hey, who do you want to foul? You want to foul a 79% shooter, an 80, an 81, or an 81?
How about none of the above? It'll be...
You may have to go foul Scooter Toaster.
Parker Black will throw it into Singleton. Singleton up the sideline is grabbed by Justin Haycock with his 4th personal foul. Singleton will go to the line with 29.4 seconds remaining in a 7-point game for the Colts. Meadowbrook perhaps just 29 seconds away from a trip to Athens on Thursday. A swish for junior Trey Singleton.
Yeah, and Meadowbrook will take on Vinton County, who won by 1 point last night, and I'm sure they're here watching this game.
Second free throw good for Trey Singleton. 56-47, 9-point game. Here's Stewart again, shooting in between the double team. Won't go with the 3-point shot. Cork secures the rebound with 19.8 seconds in his foul.
And wow, it is really, really loud in here. The big orange crowd to our right standing up, and it's nice to see the John Glenn fans coming up as Coach Woodard's going to empty the bench here. And wow, what an effort and what a special season this Muskie squad had. They're not going to get to cut down the nets, but they're going to get some hardware here this afternoon. Congratulations to the Muskies as their season's going to come to an end as Cork knocks down the free throw.
Justin Cork now with 11 in the game, 57-47. 19.8 seconds left. Remaining Meadowbrook starters coming out of the lineup. Connor Roberts, Logan Wolverton, Parker Black,
And it's going to be Davis Black, Bobby Faco, Easton Black, and Alec Bell into the game.
And Justin Cork, the senior, nails his final free throw of the night.
And he will exit, and Dalton Wood will come in for the last 19 seconds. Meadowbrook up 11.
Down to the final 16 seconds. Cam Palmer bringing into the forecourt. John Glenn will just dribble out this clock, throwing in the towel. Great season for the Muskies. They'll finish at 20-7 on the year. Final 3 seconds. Meadowbrook is on their way to Athens. And it's the 4th district championship in school history.
Yes, and I tell you what, you go back to the 2008 team under the direction of head coach Keith Arnold and led by the outstanding senior Woody Biggs among our Woody Biggs' son, Philip Biggs. They got to the regional finals, and Meadowbrook, first things first, you're in the Sweet 16, and you're going to enjoy this one and then get ready for Thursday night where they'll take on a Vinton County team that has a big guy in the middle, and they've got 2 pretty solid guards as well.
So the final score here from Coshocton High School in the East District Division II District Championship game, 58-47 Meadowbrook over John Glenn. Lots to talk about on our post-game report. Tommy and I will bring that all to you. We'll have our Wally's Pizza and Subs Muskie player of the game for the final time in our basketball season during our post-game report as well. 11-point game for the Colts. They are the champs in the East District in Division II. We'll be right back on ABC Sports.
Your one. Your one-stop shop for all things computer related is ABC Technical Services. Whether it's designing a new website, website maintenance, PC repair, or over-the-phone tech support, ABC Technical Services has you covered. ABC Technical Services can set up a new network, install the latest antivirus software, and they even offer full video production and editing services too. Give them a call at 740-432-5605 or visit them online at abctechnicalservices.com. A name you know, a name you trust. ABC Technical Services.
All right, Quentin Stover, thank you very much, sir. Our thanks again to Jared Jamiel and Adam Green on the video side of things on our YourRadioPlace.com webcast. 58-47, Meadowbrook winners here tonight in this East District Division II championship game. And the fourth in school history for the Meadowbrook Colts. They now get their 24th win of the year in 27 tries. And the John Glenn Little Muskies will end their 2016-17 season at 20-7 overall.
And just a game effort. I tell you what, John Glenn came in and really executed their game plan. They limited Meadowbrook from getting into the paint, and were able to control the boards as far as the defensive backboard early, and led the majority of the first half. And it was remember, John Glenn had 2 possessions, down 3, with under 4 minutes left, and were unable to convert, and then had down 4, had a 3-pointer that went about as far in without going all the way in as you could, then it spun out. So John Glenn real close. You look at the score, 58-47, but a game that was much closer than that. And again, Meadowbrook partner closed out the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They hit their last 10 free throws and 14 out of their last 15. That's getting it done, and that's winning basketball right there.
Well, and that's what you're going to need when you get down to the tournament now, where all of your opponents are going to be very tough opponents. This isn't like a first rounder or second rounder where you can maybe get away with maybe a poor shooting night or a poor free throw shooting night or so on. Those are the kind of points that this Meadowbrook team needs when you've got guys like Singleton, Wolverton, Parker Black and so on, who are going to get to the free throw line and draw some fouls.
And again, the thing that makes this Meadowbrook Colt team so tough to beat, you better get the lead the first 28 minutes of this ball game, because if you don't have the lead and you're down, especially by more than 1 possession, it's almost Katie barred the door. It's over.
John Glenn Little Muskies right now receiving their district runner-up medals right now. Well-deserved season, and as we said, a well-deserved season here. A great job of 20 wins on the year for this team that, as they said, they started the season with their first 3 games, probably their toughest 3 games on the schedule at that time. Meadowbrook, Cambridge, and then Sheridan to open the season. Losing all 3 of those games, and then somehow lost 60-33 to Sheridan early in the year, and that third loss. Then the next night on a Saturday night, go up to Canton Central Catholic and just blow away Bay, who they defeated in the Final Four game a year ago, like 88-74. And really the season seemed to turn at that point, and this coaching staff's done a great job of putting this team together, and still a lot of pieces coming back for next year.
Yeah, and the one thing this John Glenn team, they wasn't going to really beat you a lot from behind the arc. And what they did was limit possessions, play defense, which Coach Woodard team's always going to defend and rebound. And what they did was, for the most part, would take care of the basketball and really attack the basket and put pressure on you defensively. And just hats off to John Glenn, an outstanding season. As like we said, they're going to come up short. They're not going to make it to the regionals, but nobody really had this team with any chance of getting to the district finals for the majority of this season. So just congratulations to the Muskies. And again, this Meadowbrook Colt squad continues to survive and advance.
And a well-deserved round of applause. Scooter Tolsta has really put together a nice staff this year again. Picks up win number, by my count, number 386 in his head coaching career, and caps it off with a district championship. That's one of the few that he has enjoyed also. So deep down inside, he's really breathing a sigh of relief here after this one.
Yes, and we mentioned Coach Tolsta, Dan Sweeterman, Taryn Jarrett, Woody Biggs, and Mel, the pursuit of excellence.
So a great job by the Meadowbrook Colts as they hold up the district championship trophy to their fans. Lots more to come in our post-game report. We'll have our Wally's Pizza Subs and Salads Player of the Game for John Glenn. And that and more. We'll try to get, if we can, a word in with the perhaps a couple of the coaches from Meadowbrook and some other players as well. If we can grab them up here into the bird's nest, we'll see how that goes as Meadowbrook wins at 58-47 in this Division II District Championship game here at Coshocton High School. More to come in our post-game report in a moment. Good job, Brad. That's good. Can you hear me at all? Dave Davidson, Tommy Strasser back to Coshocton High School, partner, and the Meadowbrook Colts are moving on to Athens on Thursday.
Yes, well, they'll take on Benton County, and just an incredible season for the Meadowbrook Colts. They now move to a sterling 24-3 on the season, and this is a team that will be heading to Athens. Just 2 games, 2 wins away from a possible trip to the Final Four, and we are honored to be joined by the head coach of the Meadowbrook Colts, one Scooter Tolsta. And Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks.
Before we talk about the Colts, let's talk about the Muskies. I tell you what, I thought they came in and really gave you everything you wanted and then some.
Oh, you know what? Coach Woodard, he's defending state champ. 3 times in a row they made it out of the district, and they run their offense. They're as well coached as any team in the state. And defending state champions not going to go down easy, but our kids hung in there, and our crowd got behind us, and it's a great day to be a Colt.
And Coach, you mentioned that you win by 11. Game much closer than that. It's a 4-point game. 3 minutes and something left, and Casey Smith, their senior, shoots a deep 3. And how many beats did your heart skip when that ball went in? Because it looked like it went in, got a drink of water, and spun right back out. It was real close to being a 1-point game.
I know. And you know what? We've been in a lot of those games this year. And the one good thing that we really do good is take care of the ball, along with shooting foul shots. And when the clock's ticking 2 or 3 minutes ago, I feel really confident that we're going to make our foul shots and we're going to take care of the ball. So we usually don't beat ourselves.
And I had you unofficially 2 turnovers in the second half, forcing 16 turnovers for John Glenn. 7 of their turnovers came in the third quarter. You went to your 1-2-2 house, and that really kind of changed things.
Yeah, I thought it changed the tempo of the game too. And we scored the first 3 points, I think, of the second half, and it seemed like once we got the lead, our kids changed a little bit. We relaxed a little bit. We weren't chasing them, and when we got the lead, couple possessions, I feel like that our kids just settled down a little bit. We got in the flow, and we got to the point where I think they really struggled to stop us scoring.
And Coach, foul trouble. Parker Black has 3. Justin Cork has 3. You're running them in and out. Your bench has to come in. Easton Black gets 2, and then Davis Black buries maybe the biggest shot of the game, that
right.
corner 3. That allowed you to get to the fourth quarter, not only with Parker and Justin still with 3 fouls, but you were able to get to the fourth quarter with the lead.
Those 2 kids come in, and it was huge what they did because, things were tight. We were in foul trouble, like you said, and, Davis's 3 and Easton's bucket inside, that was a big game changer right there.
And I've said all year, you've got the best bullpen in the Eastern District, and what I mean by that, the team's got 28 minutes to get the lead on you because your ability to spread the floor, all 5 guys can put the ball on the floor, and you shoot free throws at nearly a 78% clip. As a team, you closed out the game making your last 10 free throws and 14 out of your last 15.
That's amazing. It's just high school basketball teams that shoot 78% from the free throw line is unheard of. And I'd like to say I take credit for that, but I don't. Those kids have worked the game.
It's a good thing you don't, because Woody Biggs says he's the free throw shooting coach, so I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't care. I don't care who takes credit for it, as long as we're just moving on. It's going to be exciting next week. We went down and watched Benton County the other night, and they probably had 3,000 people down there. And for a single game at the Convo, that was like one of the biggest crowds I ever seen. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, another day.
Well, Coach, as we head out, first of all, give the people out there listening what they can expect to see from Vinton County, who you just watched last night.
They got a 6'8" kid that he's not super quick, but he's 6'8". And they got 2 guards that are just amazing athletes, can shoot the ball really well. I think they're coming in with 1 or 2 losses, and they're kind of the talk of the Southeast District down there. But, you know, they played Uninoto last night, and it was a 1-point game. We scrimmaged Uninoto earlier, and it was a pretty even scrimmage. So, you know, we got a chance, and right now it's down to the Final Four for the right to go to the state. So it's going to be an exciting week, and we're looking forward to Thursday.
And, Coach, the 3,000, that's nothing. Trust me, not only are you going to have Big Orange Nation, but you're going to have Guernsey County and a lot of Muskingum County as well making that trip down there to root for the Meadowbrook Colts.
Yeah, you know what, we're all excited about it, and it was one of our goals. So, you know, we just want to keep going, just one day at a time. And the big thing with these guys right now, and they've been saying this, we just want to keep practicing. And that might sound like, oh, man, practice, but these guys, they just love being in the gym. I've never seen a group of kids like this.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, hey, 2 nets down. There's still 2 out there hanging. And first things first, Sweet 16 Thursday against Vinton County. But, hey, enjoy this one, my friend. District champions and the 4th Meadowbrook team in school history to advance to the regionals.
All right, you know, that feels really good, and I think it also tied the record for the most wins in school history. So, you know, with the schedule that we played, which was daunting, you know, these guys have accomplished a lot. You know, our hat's off to them.
But, Coach, proud of you, my friend.
Thanks,
and, hey, good luck Thursday, and good Lord willing, we'll be there to call it.
We want to thank all the fans that came out. It was amazing, and it made a big difference, and our hat's off to them, you know, for that. So thank you.
Oh, great atmosphere, and Coshocton did a great job hosting this. I'll tell you what, as Double D heads on in, and we'll get ready to wrap things up here. But Meadowbrook, big time the last 3 minutes to really seal the deal and close this game out at the free throw line. And partners, we get ready to head out. You got any final words?
Well, thanks to Rachel Strasser here, our honorary water girl tonight here. Here. That's one thing. Yeah, happy for Meadowbrook. Great coaching staff. You know, certainly, you know, Scooter Tolsda, Dan Schwederman, Woody Biggs, Mel Passoud, Taryn Jarrett, they all deserve it. The kids deserve it. Glad to see them go and get an opportunity to make some noise here in the regional. You know, certainly I think they got as good a chance of any of winning Thursday night.
And, hey, partner, can we give a shout-out to Coshocton High School? When this was announced, everybody was saying, hey, it's not going to be big enough to hold this. It was standing room only. They got everybody in, you know, at a good time and stuff, and really did a nice job handling this district final.
Yeah, it was packed to the raft. We had standing room only along the end zone on the far end looking at us all game. I know we had quite a few radio listeners, too, that couldn't make it to the game here today, too. So our thanks to all of those listening in tonight. I think we got one more small break to take here before we sign things off here from Coshocton, partner. 58-47, Meadowbrook by 11 over John Glenn. One final break, and we'll be back to wrap things up from Coshocton in just a moment.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get you a shot. You. Hey, you guys can talk to the camera for the last break if you want to. It's on me. You guys can talk to that on the last break if you want to. You guys can talk to the camera. It's on you guys. So you can talk to the last one if you want to. For kind of thought. Whatever you want to. Well, we're not allowed.
Our thanks again to Quentin Stover in our WILE studio. Thanks again also to the guys here, Jared Jamie, Adam Green especially. Wonderful job also with the all the webcast video here of this game tonight and the post-game festivities and so on. They will have that up on our website on yourradioplace.com a little bit later on here, probably this evening tonight, certainly by Sunday. We've also, Adam Green's also got a lot of, for Meadowbrook fans especially that want to check out the pictures. Those are going to be uploaded also on the website. Is that right, Adam? Yes, okay. And those will be on yourradioplace.com and the sports, or on Facebook. Yes, thank you. I'm not a Facebook user normally, but I know most folks are. A lot of great pictures Adam Green took, so thanks a lot for that. You're headed to Athens Thursday.
Yes.
I'm going to be there too, but I'm not going to be here with the headset on Thursday night.
Yes, good Lord willing, me and Mike Snively will be there to call the game. And I tell you what, Double D, for years, for all the naysayers that have said that me and you have a face for radio, aha,
They're
just
still
tune
right.
in and look. Baby, we've got the cameras on today. So, yes, we have a little face for TV as well.
Yeah, a lot of forehead too. Our thanks again to Quentin Stover back in our studio. We want to thank all the folks here at Coshocton. Thanks for Scooter Tolsda and Mel Pasut and the coaching staff for getting Scooter up here as well to talk to us. Great job by all. Fabulous season for the Muskies as well too. Nothing to be ashamed of there. A 20-win season for John Glenn, finishing at 20-7. And Greg Woodard will have to wait one more season for win number 300. And the Scooter Tolsda-led Meadowbrook Colts, they're moving on Thursday. I'm certainly happy, particularly for him and for Dan Schwederman, Mel Pasut, Woody Biggs, all that staff that have a lot of head coaching years in. So they've got really an all-star crew coaching this team as well, and great contributions to not just the starting five for Meadowbrook, but great contributions off the bench as well.
And again, hats off to the Muskies. Yeah, they're going to be disappointed because they know how close they were to cutting down the nets today. But, they're going to look back here in a couple of days and go, wow, what an accomplishment and what a special season the Muskies had. And I'm sure Muskie Nation, as they showed today, very proud of their effort.
As they should be. Again, Adam Green and Jared Jamie, I think you folks will be down, and we'll see you in Athens on Thursday as well. Another webcast there from Athens as well as far as Meadowbrook will go. And we'll hope you are able to tune in either on 97.7 on the FM dial or on the web at yourradioplace.com, whichever it be.
And hey, if Mike Snively's joining me, all I can say is makeup. Guys, please bring, we're going to need a lot more makeup for that broadcast.
For sure. Thanks again to all here, the video crew. We'll see you down in Athens on Thursday. That'll be game number 1, a 6:15 tip-off for Meadowbrook and Vinton County. The first of the doubleheader there from the Convocation Center in Athens. And Mike and Tommy will be on the air roughly around 5:50, 5:55, something like that, on Thursday evening. So mark your calendars for that. Check out yourradioplace.com. We'll have the game schedule, game summary of this game as well, and get you prepared for Thursday.
And like Coach Tosa said, Vinton County had about 3,000 there last night. They're going to have more Thursday night. Not only this Colt Nation, but Guernsey County, Muskingum County, everybody bond together, and we got a local team down there. Come out and give Meadowbrook your support.
So good luck to Scooter Tolsda and the Meadowbrook Colts the rest of the way. Trey Singleton with 20, Parker Black 13, Justin Cork with 12 today to lead the Meadowbrook Colts to a Division II district championship here at Coshocton High School. 58-47 the final score over John Glenn. For all of the crew, Quentin Stover in the studio and Tommy Strasser. He'll be back with you on Thursday. Dave Davidson saying good night from Coshocton High School.
Meadowbrook versus John Glenn High School basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Quanex Building Products, Meadowbrook Bingo Boosters, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, B&B Body Shop and Towing, Meadowbrook Boosters, Riesbeck's Food Market, Southeastern Med, RX2 Powerwash, Cambridge Buffalo Wild Wings, and Colgate Palmolive. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.